Joining us live is Andrea Horwath, Mayor of Hamilton, of course, one of the biggest steel producers in the entire country. Mayor Horwath, appreciate you joining us this morning. Your quick reaction to this, apparent threat that Donald Trump's going to go through on steel, 25% tariffs.
The impact on Hamilton will be devastating. Colton is right. It is going to be very, very difficult for our city for a sustained period of time if those tariffs do come to pass. Who knows what Trump is going to announce today? Who knows what the timing might be? But just the destabilization that this president is causing for my community, it's already devastating. People are worried about their jobs. They're worried about their families. They're worried about being able to make ends meet. That's about $1 billion hit to our local economy. That's big. So it's not only primary steel processing, which there is a significant amount of, 5,000 to 6,000 workers in that primary steelmaking. But then there's also secondary processing. Then there's all the other services that people provide to those factories, plus the broader impact on our economy if we lose those steel jobs, or if those steel jobs are diminished significantly, it will have a devastating impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course, we're waiting for this announcement coming out from Trump. But a lot of people, I'm sure, including yourself, calling for retaliatory tariffs. What would that look like, and what would that really do in terms of escalating this trade war?
Well, I think we can't just sit back and let the President of the United States devastate our economy. We can't just sit back and let that happen. So we have to push back. Is that going to have impacts? Of course it is. But I can tell you, and I think you're seeing it as well, people are seeing it everywhere. Folks are fed up. Canadians have had enough of this situation, and we're trying to fight back in every way we can. And so I support that. I support fighting back against the tariffs, whether that means retaliatory tariffs, whatever it means. I think we need to be there pushing for our economy. I can say I've spoken to the federal government. I've spoken to our local chamber of commerce. I know they're heading down on a mission in a couple of days' time. It's just we have to be all hands on deck. We have a deepwater port that has a lot of goods that travel through that port. The major product that goes through that port is also steel and steel products. And so significant for Hamilton, but it's significant for our country overall.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, Mayor Horwath, as you know, I worked in Hamilton for a dozen years. I live right next door in Burlington, so I know, how crucial all that is to the economy. Is there much you can do on council? You just talked about $1 billion hit. Is there much council can do to try to mitigate or minimize the hit, or is it just too big of a figure?
Well, I mean, it's the levers that we don't have at the municipal level, right? So we've got a motion that's gone forward. It's going to be finalized at our council meeting on Wednesday that speaks to the Team Canada approach, that speaks to protecting the workers in our community, that speaks to all of those things. But the real levers are with the federal government, obviously, and they're out there doing what they possibly can, but knowing that we're all behind them is going to be important. So not only the provinces are behind them, but that the local communities, manufacturers are behind them too. Because let's not forget, they started off as steel, aluminum, manufacturing, the whole bit. Well, steel and steel products are big in Hamilton, but we're a city that makes things, and we always have been historically. So our manufacturing sector, we've diversified quite nicely as an economy, but if it goes back to those broader talks about other manufacturing, it'll just make things even worse.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is all deja vu for what happened in 2018. So we'll see if it's the same result, but we're all waiting with bated breath. Okay, Hamilton Mayor Andrea Horwath joining us live. Thank you.